uncomfortable for some of you, but first, are there any past presidents of the JCC here tonight? Could you stand up? Hold your applause, hold your applause. Are there any presidents of women's section that are here tonight? Please stand up. Are there any people who have served on the board of directors of the JCC or women's section over the last 50 years at any time? Please stand up. Do we have people involved in Silver Foxes and Bells here who are active participants? Would they stand up? Ah, yes, now we got more. Is there anybody in this room who has ever contributed to the JCC for any cause over the last 50 years? Would you please stand up? All right. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you. That's what I mean by community. We started on Dickinson Street after a couple of other places. We originally started down on Worthington Street, moved around a few times to Sargent Street, our first building. I know there's some people who remember that, and certainly there are people who remember Maple Street, where we were just before here. At 130 Maple Street, thank you. Lady in the front gets a prize. We've had many people contribute, as you've just seen, to the success of the JCC. And when we started in 1954, Gil Cohen and Joe Radding, of blessed memory, were two of the leaders in the community at the time. One ran the campaign for the new building, and the other was the president. So I have to mention them, and there's one other person who is probably one of the most important people, Max Taskell, who is a director of this JCC through the period when we moved here and for 28 years. Max is living in Florida, so he deserves it after 28 years. I'm not going to go for his record. There's one person here tonight that I do want to single out because 50 years is a long time. We have one person who's in the audience tonight who is on staff at the JCC prior to and when we moved into our new building. This staff member went on to become the president of Women's Section and a donor to a very generous donor to the JCC over the years, and an absolutely wonderful support person. And I would like Edith Rosenthal to stand, please. Right to the audience. On staff, let's see, that makes you how old? 27. The other thing that I would like to do, since I'm not going to give any speeches because your presence here is enough of a speech, is just to quote a couple of lines from, this was the inauguration, the dedication handbook from 1954, and in it Max Taskell made a few comments and observations. He begins, "One day prior to our open house, a young man from out of town who had made a trip to Israel sought me out. 'This is a beautiful building,' he said. He was silent for a moment and then continued, 'I had the same feeling as I walked through the lobby door here as when our plane landed in Israel.'" There are other comments from teens and others. Several people, upon inspecting the new building for the first time, pointed to their forearms and said, "Look, I have goosebumps." This was a very, very special time for this community. These things and much more, discernible to the eyes of others rather than mine, are above and beyond the obvious signs of gratification, coming to the surface, I think, of deep-seated feelings which we Jews have shared through the ages. It is good that we express it. It is good that we can identify ourselves with something as strong, as warm, as affirmative as this new Jewish community center. I think it can be said that we now enjoy a new sense of community pride. It can be and is shared by members of all congregations and unaffiliated as well, for the joy of acquisition of a new community home, one that has permanence and majesty, is not limited to any individual or group. It remains now for us to live together in our new home in a manner that will make wholesome pride and quiet dignity and a firm sense of belongingness a native element of our combined personalities. These were the words of Max Taskell, and I don't think I could have said it better. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on with the show.
Extra, extra! Hey, look at the headlines. Historical news was being made.
Extra, extra! We're drawing some red lines around the biggest scoops of each decade.
There's JCC news and Broadway previews, and all of it is brought tonight by us to you.
Presenting
In person,
Our anniversary gala
50th in Review.
JCC,
and Broadway too.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy
And now, Mr. and Mrs. North America.
and all the ships at sea.
Let's go to press.
October 1954. The new center building opened its door.
As time went by, the membership grew.
Sports.
In 1955, the nursery school made its debut.
Sports and athletic activities thrived. It was great to be finally housed inside.
The senior adult program quickly grew because of something special folks their age knew.
Growing old can be fun for everyone if they wear a smile, you and me. Knowing what we know and doing what we've done, life can be so full if we try. There's no sense to fuss and fume. Time's gonna have its toll. But we can do a little bit for life with rock and roll. Oi! Life has been a ball, sweet as apple pie. Let's enjoy it all. You and I, growing old, having fun. Growing old, having fun, you and I.
Why Worry shows continue their run with bits of fun, just like this one.
Doggies around my feet. A nest of pigeons I must wear. Oh, what they do in my hair. I raise my leafy arms to pray. Go away, little doggie. Go away. I'm nothing more than this, alas. I'm a comfort station in the grass. So of all the things I could be, I had to be this lousy tree.
Broadway, a world of bright lights, colorful costumes, and beautiful scenery.
A world of fascination, glamour, and make-believe.
A world of frantic opening nights, temperamental stars, and last-minute changes. Above all, however, a world of music.
Anything goes. Broadway 1934, JCC 1999. While sailing to London, Sweeney sure knows aboard the SSS American, almost anything goes.
Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got a shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. If today any shock they would try to stem, instead stocking was looked on as something shocking, but heaven knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once used better words, now only use four-letter words, write in prose. Anything goes. The world has gone mad today, in good's bad today, in black's white today, in day's night today, in the skies today, the women prize today are just silly gigoloes. So though I'm not a great romancer, I know that I'm bound to answer when you propose. Anything goes. Just look at what shocks you've got, and what knocks you've got, and what blues you got from the news you got, and what pains you got from any gains you got from those little radios. When Grandmama, whose age was 80, in nightclubs is getting shady with gigolos. Anything goes. Anything, anything, anything goes.
Kiss Me Kate, Broadway, 1948. A pair of hoods, both prominent, you'll note, from Stratford-on-Avon's Bard, doth quote.
The girls today in society go for classical poetry, so to win their hearts must one quote with these: Aeschylus and Euripides, but the poet of them all, who is God and simply Raven, is the poet people call the Bard. Stratford-on-Avon, brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. Just declaim a few lines from a teller, and she'll think you're a hell of a fella. If your blonde won't respond when you flatter, tell her what Tony told Cleopatra. If she fights when her clothes, you're a mussin'. What a clothes much to do about nothing. Brush up your Shakespeare, and you'll all kowtow. If you can't be a ham and do Hamlet, she will not give a damn or a damlet. Just recite an occasional sonnet, and your lap will have honey upon it. If your baby is begging for pleasure, simply sample a measure for measure. Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow. With the wife of the British ambassador, take a crack out of Troilus and Cressida. If she says you won't buy it or take it, make her take it. What's more, as you like it. If she says your behavior is heinous, kick her right in the Coriolanus. Up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow. Forsooth, and they'll all kowtow. In faith, and they'll all kowtow. House Bodkins, and they'll all kowtow.
The Center Players, for many years, produced comedies and dramas with laughter and tears. Musicals, too, were sometimes done. They provided additional fun. Pal Joey, Broadway. Broadway 1940. Here's a center player alumna who shall remain nameless with something called Zip. She's perfectly shameless.
I was a star in the Paris Follies, the doll of all the dollies. I was admired by the great Stravinsky, but my starring role of all was the night I starred at Minsky's. You're looking at a former stripper. Before I unzip one zipper, let me tell you, I'm an artiste with an intellectual quirk, and this is what I think of while I work. Zip, William Buckley wasn't brilliant today. Zip, did the Red Sox really take it away? Zip, I was reading Schopenhauer last night. Zip, and I think that Schopenhauer was right. Now, I don't care for either Mickey Mouse or Rooney leaves me city. Zip, I'm an intellectual. Sigmund Freud has always stated, dreams and drives are all related. Zip, I'm a heterosexual. Zip, it takes intellect to master my art. Zip, 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 every movement from the heart. Zip, wasn't brilliant today. Zip, will the women break that ceiling of glass? Zip, Gypsy Rose Lee wasn't such a great act. Zip, she was short on brains, but boy, she was stacked. I've been reading Keats and Cato, Dr. Spock, and even Plato. Zip, I'm a Mensa genius. I've been learning the Kabbalah, anything to make a dollar. Zip, but that's just between us. Zip, I'm a star performer, one of a kind. Zip, 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 I'm just a broad with a broad, broad mind. So call me.
The Fantastics, Broadway 1960, JCC 1972. This father, a center player alumnus, loves his children without any doubt, but for him, predictability is what it's all about.
Gardens keep on growing. Yes, indeed they do. They're better than children. They're predictable. It's true, I tell you. It's true. Plant a radish, get a radish, never any doubt. That's why I like vegetables. You know what you're about. Plant a turnip, get a turnip, maybe you'll get two. That's why I like vegetables. You know that they'll come through. They're dependable. They're befriendable. They're the best pal a parent's ever known. But with children, they're bewildering. You don't know until the seed is nearly grown just what you've sown. So plant a turnip, get a carrot, get a sprout. That's why I like vegetables. You know what you're about. Oh, life is merry if it's very vegetarian. A man who plants a garden is a very happy man. Every turnip green, every kidney bean, every plant grows according to the plot. But with progeny, it's hodgepodgeny. You don't know until the seed is nearly grown just what you've sown. So plant a cabbage, get a cabbage, not a sauerkraut. That's why I like vegetables. You know what you're about. Life is merry if it's very vegetarian. A man who plants a garden is a very happy man. A vegetarian, very merry vegetarian.
March 1967. A morning burning took place and an open-door membership policy to include folks of every color, creed, and race. January 1972. Swimming pool plans came into view. Later that year, November to be exact, the pool was in operation, in fact. Annie, Get Your Gun, Broadway, 1946, JCC, 2002. Annie and Frank are rivals at first, but later match up for better or worse.
The girl that I marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery. The girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be.
With a gun, oh, you can't get a man with a gun. A man's love is mighty, he'll even fight a night for a gal that he thinks is fun. But he won't buy pajamas for pistol-packing mamas. Oh, a man may be hot, but he's not when he's shot. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Any note you can hold, I can hold longer.
I can hold any note longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. Any note you can sing, I can sing sweeter.
I can sing any note sweeter than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
mid to late 70s, the health club began to expand. Women at last were permitted to join. Now, wasn't that simply grand? The King and I. Broadway, 1951, JCC, 1993. Knowing Mrs. Anna was angry with King, Lady Tiang, head wife, wishes to tell her something.
He may not always say what you would have him say, but now and then he'll say something wonderful. The thoughtless things he'll do will hurt and worry you. Then all at once he'll do something wonderful. He has 1,000 dreams that won't come true. You know that he believes in them, and that's enough for you. You'll always go along, defend him when he's wrong, and tell him when he's strong. He's wonderful. He'll always need your love, and so he'll get your love. A man who needs your love can be wonderful. He has 1,000 dreams that won't come true. You know that he believes in them, and that's enough for you. You'll always go along, defend him when he's wrong, and tell him when he's strong. He's wonderful. He'll always need your love, and so he'll get your love. A man who needs your love can be
My Fair Lady, Broadway, 1956. Elfie Doolittle's met his doom. He's about to become an unwilling bridegroom.
There's just a few more hours. That's all the time I've got. A few more hours before they tie the knot. There are drinks and girls all over London, and I've got to track 'em down in just a few more hours. get me to the church on time. I've got to be there in the morning. Ding dong, bells are gonna chime. Kick up a rumpus, don't lose a compass, but get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, me out the door. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper. But get me to the church, get me to the church. For God's sake, get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, kick me out the door. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper. But get me to the church, get me to the church. For God's sake, get me to the church on time.
In 1975, a legend came on the scene, the JCC Cudas swim team under Coach Stu Green. In 1977, a Purim Carnival was held. Over 2,000 people attended, so it must have turned out well. Funny Girl, Broadway, 1964, JCC, 1998. Mr. Ziegfeld was willing to pay the price and introduce the world to Miss Fanny Bryce.
Hey, Mr. Ziegfeld. Suppose all you ever had for breakfast was onion rolls, and then one morning, all of a sudden, in walks a bagel. You'd say, ah, what's that? Until you've tried it. See, that's my trouble. I'm a bagel on a plate full of onion rolls. No one recognizes me. I got 36 expressions. Sweet as pie to tough as leather. And that's 6 expressions more than all the Better Boys put together. Instead of just kicking me, why don't they give me a lift? It must be a plot. Do they swear that I've got such a gift? Well, I'm miffed, 'cause I'm the greatest star. I am by far, but no one knows it. I reiterate, have you guessed it? Who's the best yet? These are facts. I have no eyes to grind. Hey, what are you blind? In all of the world so far, I'm the greatest star. I am by far.
and fancy. Broadway, 1955, JCC, 2001. Wishing to help, yet causing more strife. An outsider learns quickly about Amish life.
Mr. Yoder, I don't think Katie's in love with the man you picked out for her.
Oh, no? Who does she love?
She's in love with Peter, Mr. Yoder. There's such a thing as being too strict.
Strict is our way of living, mister. Strict is how we live. And plain, and simple, and content.
But Mr. Yoder, times have changed. You just can't...
Plain we live, for plain we see. It's good for people to live plain. Hard we work, so life is good. When life is hard, we don't complain. Strangers look on us and call us strange, but cheat we don't, and steal we don't, and wars we don't arrange. Plain we live, for plain is good, and plain is how we live to stay. Good God we pray, to keep us plain. Look around you, mister. Look in your world, and look here. Poor people, you have plenty, and worried people, and afraid. Here, we are not afraid. We do not have all your books and your learning, but we know what is right. We do not destroy, we build only. Strangers look on us and call us strange, but cheat we don't, and steal we don't, and wars we don't arrange. Plain we live, for plain is good, and plain is how we live to stay. Good God we pray, to keep us plain.
In 1977, to Washington, D.C., the silver foxes and bells did go, as you can plainly see. In 1979, the center continued to thrive and celebrated a birthday by turning 25. Throughout the early 80s, as per several expansion reports, new ball fields, roof, racquetball, and tennis courts. The Sound of Music, Broadway 1959, JCC 1996. Sisters Bertha and Margareta, Mother Abbess and Sophia all wonder what on earth to do with postulant Maria.
Sister Sophia, the mistress of the postulant Sister Margareta, and the mistress of the novices Sister Berta do not see eye to eye about Maria. How do you feel about her? I love her very dearly, but she always seems to be in trouble, doesn't she?
Exactly what I said. She climbs a tree and scrapes her knee. Her dress has got a tear.
She waltzes on her way to mass and whistles on the stair.
And underneath her wimple, she has curlers in her hair.
I even heard her singing in the Abbey.
She's always late for chapel. Her penitence is real. She's always late for everything except for every meal. I hate to have to say it, but I very firmly feel Maria's not an asset to the Abbey. I'd like to say a word in her behalf. Then say it, Sister Margareta. Maria makes me laugh.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down?
How do you find a word that means Maria? A flippity gibbet.
A will o' the wisp.
A clown.
Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her.
Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay?
And listen to what you say. How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh,
how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
Elsa and Max, as you will see, make quite a unique pair. Wishing to marry, they soon discover their situations quite rare.
Max, why won't you marry me?
Because, my dear Elsa, there's something standing in our way.
What?
You don't know? It's money.
Money?
Yes, I'm rich and you're rich. That's too rich.
Oh, Max.
In all the famous love affairs, the lovers have to struggle. In garret rooms away upstairs, the lovers starve and snuggle. The famous for misfortunes which they seem to have no fear of. While lovers who are very rich you very seldom hear of.
No little shack do you share with me. We do not flee from a mortgagee. Nary a care in the world have we. How can love survive?
You're fond of bonds and you own a lot. I have a plane and a diesel yacht. Plenty of nothing I haven't got. How can love survive?
No rides for us on the top of the bus in the face of the freezing breezes.
You reach your goals in your comfy old Rolls or in one of your Mercedeses.
Far, very far off the beam are we. Quaint and bizarre as a team are we.
2 millionaires with a dream are we. We're keeping romance alive.
2 millionaires with a dream are we. We'll make our love survive.
We millionaires with financial affairs are too busy for simple pleasure. When we are poor, it is toujours l'amour. For l'amour, all the poor have leisure.
Caught in our gold-plated chains 1980, and the day camp mid-seasonal heat. Moved from Sewell Road in Wilbraham to Springfield on Dickinson Street. Hello, Dolly. Broadway, 1964, JCC, 1985. The widow Malloy dreams of romance and realizes that love often comes by chance.
I'll be wearing ribbons down my back this summer, blue and green and streaming in the yellow sky. Yes, I will proudly wear ribbons down my back, shining in my hair, that he might notice me. It only takes a moment for your eyes to meet, and then your heart knows in a moment you will never be alone again. He held me for an instant, but his arms felt safe and strong. It only takes a moment to be loved a whole life long, and that is all that love's about, and we'll recall when time runs out, that it only took a moment to be loved a whole
Music Man, Broadway 1957, JCC 1991. The River City Iowans are about to do the will of one slippery, conniving con man known as Professor Harold Hill.
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this friend with a wave of my hand in this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize River City Boys Band. Oh, band will do it, my friend. Oh, yes, I mean a boys band. Can you hear me? I say River City's got to have a boys band, and I mean she needs it today. Now, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gonna have a boys band, as sure as the Lord made little green apples. And that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Red, and you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals. You'll hear the thunder of rolling drums. the shimmer of trumpets, dun-da-da, and you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on that very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottomed timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having its big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering, louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise a full octave higher than the score. 76 trombones hit the counterpoint, while 110 cornets blazed away. To the rhythm of Harch, 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 all the kids began to march, and they're marching still right today. To the rhythm of Harch, 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 all the kids began to march, and they're marching still right today.
In 1982, they gave a welcome cheer for the new executive director, Mark Dindis, was here. Intermission.
Good evening, I'm Liz Lashine, and I'm the chairperson of this 50th Anniversary Committee. Thank you for coming tonight. Just a few things It is the tail end of our raffle ticket sales. We'll be selling them during intermission in the lobby, and we will be pulling the 3 winning tickets at the beginning of Act 2. There are 3 fabulous prizes. First prize is a trip to Florida. Second prize is a TV, and third prize is a family membership to the JCC. Also, Amy Kimball and her Don't Just Sit There staff are selling food during intermission as well, before the dessert reception that comes after Act 2. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
JCC 1960 and 1985. Benny South Street tells us why it's a doll to blame for what's wrong with a guy.
When you see a guy reach for stars in the sky, you can bet that he's doing it for some doll. When you spot a John waiting out in the rain, chances are he's insane. He's only a John, can do for a Jane. When you meet a gent paying all kinds of rent for a flat that could flatten the Taj Mahal, call it sad, call it funny, but it's better than even money that the guy's only doing it for some doll. When you see a sport and his cash is run short, you can bet that he's banking it with some doll. When a guy wears tails with the front gleaming white, Who the hell do you think he's tickling pink on Saturday night? When a lazy slob gets a good steady job and he smells from Vitalis and Barbasol. Call it dumb, call it clever, but you can give odds forever that the guy's only doing it for some doll, some doll, some doll. The guy's only doing it for some doll.
The stakes are high, especially for a guy named Sky.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on a date with me, the pickings have been lush, and yet before this meeting's over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners, you might forget to stay, and so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight, luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with, luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with, luck be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't leave her escort, she'd have a lady wouldn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. A lady wouldn't flirt with strangers. She'd have a heart, she'd have a soul. A lady wouldn't make little snake eyes at me when I bet my life on this roll. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady tonight.
The senior adult program in 1987 got its first full-time coordinator. Her name was Bobby Levin. In 1988, they both were really something. The Goldstein Auditorium and the Steinberg Preschool Wing.
As Assistant Executive Director in 1988, Michael Pasnick joined the staff. His timing was just great. Sentimental Journey, JCC 1990, Goldstein Auditorium. It's back to the 40s for me and you. Bits of music radio and World War II.
Good evening, Mikey Paycheck here. Thank you for being part of our live studio audience here at WJCC. 1160 on your radio dial, Station of the Stars. In just about 60 seconds, we'll be broadcasting live from coast to coast and to all the ships at sea. So when you see that sign light up right over there, we'll be broadcasting on air. Give us a great round of applause, and let's show the troops overseas that we don't forget them. 30 seconds. 20. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And now, the makers of Chase and Sanborn Coffee, the blend that's friendship in a cup, take you live to Springfield, Massachusetts, and the Sentimental Journey Show. Gonna take a sentimental journey, gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Izzy Brown, the smoothest, coolest guy in town. The chicks all sing to jig his jive. Hey, tell us, Dave, how do we arrive?
It's easy, Mike. Any gal gets set when you flash a smile by Pepsodent. Pepsodent's new improved formula cleans teeth whiter than ever. Tastes brighter, too. New formula Pepsodent contains IMP. There's nothing else as good for getting teeth white. As Bob Hope says, it's better to have Pepsodent flowing over your teeth now than to have water flowing under your bridge later.
Wonder where the yellow went when you brush your teeth with Pepsodent.
Hi, folks. Say, Bobette, have you noticed how popular Darlene is over there?
I'll say.
Well, what's she got that I haven't got, Bobette?
Well, that's easy, Sheila. She's discovered how to adorn her skin with a fragrance men love and combat body odor at the same time.
You mean there's a nice smelling soap a girl can depend on to protect her against offending?
I'll say, Sheila, Cashmere Bouquet. You'll revel in its rich, cleansing suds that banish body odor forever by actual test.
Thanks for the tip, Bobette. I'm going to go pick up a half a dozen cakes right now.
You just do that, Sheila. Folks, smell that soap before you buy it, and you'll instinctively prefer Cashmere Bouquet toilet soap in pink, green, or handsome white.
Well, wake up needing a laxative? Well, let's look on Dave one morning.
I'm suffering. Boy, do I need a laxative.
Well, Dave put off needed relief.
Yes. I need a laxative. I'm trying a court case in the morning. I'll have to postpone it. I can't go running out during the trial to,
So troubled by constipation symptoms, he loses his temper and the case.
Guilty! Oh, no!
Bert, on the other hand, was just as smart as he could be. He took speedy sal hepatica. He had to go to court too this morning, but he knew he had to go before he went to court. Relieved and feeling more like himself.
Not guilty!
Oh, boy, I lost the damn case.
Bert won his case. Sal hepatica worked gently but thoroughly. Try the new personalized plastic container of sal hepatica. Keep your whole family as regular as clockwork. But sal hepatica is only available in limited quantities to you because the country comes first. So, if sal hepatica is not on your druggist shelves, please be patient and know that the boys over there are getting the best. Ladies and gentlemen, I must interrupt our program at this time to bring you a special news bulletin. President Truman has just announced the official surrender of the Japanese forces aboard the USS Missouri. The war is over. The war is over. That's our show for tonight, dedicated to the boys on the front. We'd like to stick around a little longer, but we have places to go, people to see, and things to do. However, we'll be all together again real soon when that little red light on your radio dial turns amber. So until next time, drive carefully and make that one for the road a cup of coffee. Maxwell House coffee. The coffee that's good to the last drop. And now, on behalf of myself, Mikey Paycheck, and the whole gang here at WJCC, we wish you and yours the very best. Gonna take the sentimental journey to renewal
In 1989, a Kids Space was begun as an after-school child care program where kids could have some fun. A Cybex fitness center and dance studio appear. The health club gets refurbished. 1990 was the year. In April 1992, the Senior Fair made its debut.
In August, the Golden Girls pageant began. In November, under Mary Posnick, Kids Day ran.
Broadway 1963, JCC 1992. Mr. Fagan, he's a miser, growing old but becoming wiser.
Joking apart, hasn't he? And though I'd be the first one to say that I wasn't a saint, I'm finding it hard to be really as black as they paint. I'm reviewing the situation. Can the fellow be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulation. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife would cook and sew for me, and come for me, and go for me, and go for me, and nag at me. The finger she would wag at me, the money she would take from me, a misery she'd make from me. I think I'd better think it out again. What happens when I'm 70? Must come a time, 70, when you're old and it's cold and who cares if you live or you die? The one constellation's the money you may have put by. I'm reviewing the situation. I'm a bad un and a bad un, I I shall stay. You'll be seeing no transformation, but it's wrong to be a rogue in every way. I don't want nobody hurt for me or made to do the dirt for me. This rotten life is not for me. It's getting far too hot for me. Don't want no one to rob for me, but who will find a job for me? There is no in-between for me, but who will change the scene for me? I think I'd better think it out again. Hey!
Annie, Broadway 1977, JCC 1993. Sugar and spice and twice as nice is little orphan Annie with some good advice.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, hey, Hope Man, hey, Dapper Dan, you both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be both rummily, they stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what they're wearing on Main Street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear and not from head to toe that matters. So senator, so janitor, so long for a while, remember you're never fully dressed. Though you may wear the best, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day
In 1993, under director Carlin Treach, the nursery school was accredited. At last, she got her wish. For the center in 1994, a new preschool playground was in store.
A special celebration in 1995 helped to keep the center centennial spirit alive. Mac and Mabel, Broadway, 1974, JCC, 1986. Director Mac Sennett of Silent Film Days, with a bevy of beauties on whom you can gaze.
I'll make a star and a half out of that one. The one with the dimples, the redhead, the hat one. How about the one on the blanket, the one playing ball? I'll take them both. How the hell with it? I'll take them all. What gives a man ginger and snap, going through life with his little lap full of hundreds and hundreds of girls? What gives a man power and punch? Tina for breakfast and Lena for lunch, having hundreds and hundreds of girls. Show him a blonde, and something in his soul will lead to respond. But then again, he's also terribly fond of that brunette, and so instead of one dandy dish, pass him the candy dish. I'll sprinkle spice into his life, make him forget that he's stuck with his wife. Give him hundreds and hundreds of girls.
What gives a man ginger and snap, going through life with his little lap full of hundreds and hundreds of girls? What gives a man power and punch? Tina for breakfast and Lena for lunch, give him hundreds and hundreds of girls.
Analysts find this thing called modern man was never designed with only one eternal partner in mind. And so I have to yell to hell with propriety, viva variety, sinner or saint, schoolgirl or queen. One girl is boring and two are obscene. Give him hundreds and hundreds of
Wow, what a year. The Jewish Education Department was inaugurated here. The Cats Fitness Center, a new preschool wing, and a room called the Playscape was really something. Fiddler on the Roof, Broadway 1964, JCC 1997. In the village of Anatevka, one does what one can, including the likable Tevya, a papa, a dairyman.
Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I know it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would be so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, yah-dear-dear-da-da-dear-dear-da. All day long I'd biddy-biddy-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yah-dear-dear-da-da-dear-dear-da. If I were a bitty-bitty rich, yah-dee-dee-dee-die-dee-die-dee man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozens right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. The most important man in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them
Solomon the Wise. Would you please, Reptivia, pardon me, Reptivia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Yadida, yadida, yada. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. 'Cause when you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the Eastern Wall. I would discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day, and that would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, yada dear dear da da dear dear da. All day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yada dear dear da da dear dear da. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
February 1998. New locker rooms are finished. They were well worth the wait. In February 1999, the Today Show has Senior Net on in prime time. In the year 2000, things looked neat. Office renovations were finally complete. Chicago, Broadway, 1975. With roaring 20s razzmatazz, his Velma Kelly, and all that jazz.
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the TV is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all of that jazz. Go slick your hair and wear your buckled shoes.
George M., Broadway 1968, JCC 2000. Look for me, Ked, says Georgie. I'm still there. Corner of Broadway and Times Square.
Say hello to dear old Coney Isle if there you chance to be. If you're at the Waldorf, have a smile and charge it up to me. Mention my name every place you go, as around the town you roam. Wish you'd call on my gal. Now remember, old pal, when you get back home, give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. And say that I'll be there ere
In the month of June 2001, tennis courts and outdoor basketball were done. The Springfield JCC proudly did come through, hosting the Maccabi Games in August 2002. In October 2003, we opened on Shabbat. In November, a new preschool program taught our children quite a lot. Bye Bye Birdie, Broadway 1960, JCC 2000. Some of the staff make a call because things appear to be off the wall.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Abby. Got a member. Found a walker. Made a fool. There's a stool. Someone better go and find neighbor Sue. Where's Michael? Where's Mark? At a meeting at Rinaldi's at the vet with their pets. But we need them. It is crucial. It's my time. No, it's mine. I guess I'll figure it out on my own. Hey, Joey. Hi, Shamey.
The Pajama Game, Broadway, 1954. As the workday is just about to start, each staff member takes their task to heart.
Break down and give us that overdue raise.
How can I eat bagels, lox, and cream cheese on the salary he pays?
And what about that assistant director?
Oh, Michael Payson? He's cute. He's kind of shy for an assistant director.
I like a man who's reserved.
Like a man with or without reservations.
Can't waste time. Can't waste time.
Hurry up. Hurry up. Can't waste time. Can't waste time. Working at the JCC. And the clock, as you can see, with a second hand doesn't understand that your back may break and her fingers ache and her constitution isn't made of rock. There's a frantic pace, but it's quite a place, and we all love working at the JCC. Can't waste time. Working, 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 working at the JCC.
Sweet Charity, Broadway, 1966. Charity Valentine spots a big spender for fun, laughs, and good times. Will he join the center?
The minute you walked through the door, I could tell you were a man of distinction who'd like the center. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. There's a membership I'm sure will suit you fine. Hey, community center.
cut to the point. There's a membership I'm sure will suit you fine. Hey, community center. Hey, community center. Hey, community center. Look, this guy's about to sign. Sign on the dotted line. Fun laughs, good time. Fun laughs, good time. Fun laughs, good time. Hey, how's about it, Pally? You got a friend?
A JCC member now appears with fond center memories over the years. Elocution lessons at the Sargent Street Y, teenage years on Maple Street were my youth's high. I helped to raise money through Phi Delta sorority to help to build the JCC, a bright light in our community. Not to boast, but I'll tell you here that in 1950, I was Girl of the Year. And Harvey Gruskin, of blessed memory, as Boy of the Year, shared the glory with me. So it's true. I love the JCC. How about you? It's a place for you and me. So much to do. Whether you're young or old, any shape you're in, there are fun things to do, courses to teach you to. You'll always win. Bobby, Barb, and Nancy, Mark, and Mike are quite a crew. Pool, playscape, gym, and bike are also good for you. So let's all support the JCC, a pride in our community, a special place, it's true. And I love it. How about you? I like to be in shows. Singing's my game. Frank Jackson's talent can bring us real fame. So let's celebrate all these years, people of all careers. It's up to you, and I love it, hope you do. I love it, hope you do. I love it, hope you do, too.
November 21st, 2004.
Our 50th celebration.
Here's to many more.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything that's happened will allow. Nowhere when you get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a couple minutes to say, first of all, thank you to all of you for coming tonight. It means so much to the performers on stage after all the many months and weeks of rehearsal. And I have had the distinct pleasure of working for the last several months with an incredible group of people, as you saw tonight. Multi-talented on the stage, singing, dancing, acting. And it's been an incredible experience, and I want to thank the entire company of the JCC in Review Broadway, too. You guys were terrific. Thank you. And there's so many people that could be thanked for this, and I don't want to start a whole litany because I'm going to forget people, but there's one lady in particular who I want to give a thanks to. And I'd love to send her on to Donald Trump, but we want to keep her here because she does such an incredible job. And she was right behind me and with me all the way. And the checks and balance system that had to take place with a project like this, she was incredible, and I thoroughly enjoyed working with her, and I'd love to do it again sometime. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice round of applause to Beverly Nadler. Get up here. And again, thank you all for coming tonight. And if I stand to remember, I think there's some desserts coming for some people, right? It's been well worth the wait, as they say. Guys, thank you so much for an incredible show. You were terrific.
Anything with this stuff? No.
see you around
That was my wife before they spoke to you, Sandy.
Oh, okay.
So you know who I
I
am.
forgot. Yes, you're right. Turned out really nice.
It was great.
Great job. People, the
I
voices.
was here for the rehearsal, so I got close-up shots. In fact, Frank didn't want me to take anything tonight.
Then all the paparazzi would have come out, right?
Well, he said I would be a distraction, jumping up and down, but you were up and down more than I was. We won't tell them that.
That's right.
I can understand you wouldn't want to be around the other thing.
But that's the tough thing, is that, from the angle here, it's really tough to shoot like that. It's fine.
Thursday was good because I was all over back and forth. I just thought they should have that, for posterity.
Oh, definitely. It's a great show,
There was so much talent.
Well, the nice thing is that it brings back an awful lot of memories. It's like some of the things like putting things into perspective in terms of time frame. And it's like, oh, that happened. Oh, yeah, I remember that. What are you doing?
Good show, Michael.
Great show, Michael.
It was great. Thanks for doing it.
You're welcome.